Okay, so come into a comfortable seat. You can sit Sukhasana, but really any seat that feels good and lets you sit up nice and tall. And then we're gonna just take a moment to kind of do a little breath work. So make sure you feel like you're good and comfortable in your seat. Take a couple little wiggles of the shoulders. Make sure your shoulders feel good and happy. And then if it feels good to do so, close your eyes down and just start with a natural breath. You don't have to force or change your breath. And just give your body a few moments to come to your mat. And still sticking with that natural rhythm of breath. So no need to change your breath right now, but can you tune in and notice the muscles in your face, the muscles in your jaw, and just see, are you holding any tension in your jaw? Can you let your jaw soften? Can you let your cheekbones soften? Can you let your eyes be just a little softer? And then smoothing out the forehead, softening the space between your eyes. Allow that softness to kind of find its way down the sides of your neck and into your shoulders. And then see if you can let that softness travel down your arms and down into your hands. And then wherever your hands are resting, just take a second to notice. So if they're resting on your knees or your thighs, notice that little bit of warmth in the space between your hands and your legs. And then let your awareness come to your hips and your seat. And then notice if you're holding tension in your hip crease or holding tension in your thighs, can you rearrange your seat just a little bit so that you can invite softness into the inner thighs, softness around the knees, and then allow your feet to get nice and heavy here. And then once you found that greater sense of softening and settling in, bring both hands to your belly and tune into the breath here. So no need to change the breath just yet, but just notice the gentle movement of your belly underneath your hands as you breathe in and breathe out. And then see if just paying attention to the breath here helps the breath slow down a little bit. So maybe you're drawing the breath in a little bit deeper now. There's a little bit more movement in your belly as you breathe in, allowing your belly to inflate. And then releasing all that air with a slow but natural exhale. Great, and then from here with the hands on the belly, we're gonna just slide the hands out. So we're gonna find that soft side body. So not so much the ribs, but that softer tissue in the lower belly area. And then come back to the breath here. Can you find the breath in your belly, but think front to back, side to side, and feel that bit of expansive breath in your side body. And then a slow but natural exhale. Take one more breath. And then we're going to slide the hands around towards the backside. So we're going to find that low back area. So palms facing out or palms facing in, whichever handhold feels better to you. So your shoulders are comfortable and you don't have to effort too much in the upper part of your body. But then let your awareness come right back to the breath. Take a nice, generous inhale. and a nice slow exhale. Take one more breath here. Awesome. And then we're going to take our hands and just kind of slide them up towards the armpits, fingertips pointing backwards or fingertips pointing forward. That'll be totally up to you. But now we're going to put a little bit of a press into our hands and glide the hands down the side body. So think about pressing down and lengthening up. So as you press the hands down, lengthen your crown of your head upward towards the sky, and then bring your hands back up towards the armpit and press down again. So we're putting a little bit of press into the side body and then just gliding the hands down, creating a little bit of length through the side of the body. Take two more just like that, coming up to the armpits and pressing down. Nice. And then when you're ready, release your hands forward to your kneecaps and inhale, lift your chin up to the sky. Exhale and tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale to lift your chin up. Exhale to tuck your chin down. Inhale, lift your chin up, stay here for an extra breath, just finding a little gentle stretch through the front of the neck and the throat. Take another inhale, and then as you exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest. Keep your shoulders down and back. Stay here for an extra cycle of breath. Beautiful. And then bring your head back to a neutral place. And then just before we move or get deeper, more deeply involved with the body, take a moment here to set an intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. Great. And then with that intention set, start to move into a seated cat-cow here. Inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest, arch your back. Exhale, round your back, round your shoulders, pull your abdominal muscles in. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. And then keep that breath going, just moving with your breath's rhythm. And then if you like, allow your eyes to close down so that you can just tune into sensation. Notice the physical movement of your body. Notice the movement of breath in your body. Notice your back, notice your hips, notice your shoulders. Nice. Take one more cycle of breath. And then come back to a neutral spine. Fingertips are going to find the shoulders, and we're going to start by drawing some gentle circles with the elbows circling in one direction. Keep it small and mindful. And then as the shoulders start to warm up, you can increase the range of motion if it feels good, but you can always keep them small if it feels like a better way to go. So you take the variation and the shape that feels the best to you. Take two more circles around in this direction. And then we'll start to go the other way. Start small and mindful. And then as you start to find a little bit of warmth in the shoulders, then maybe increase your range of motion. Nice. Take one more circle around, and then we're going to keep our fingers on our shoulders. Elbows are going to come wide, and we're going to start a light rotation. So first, we just want to make sure that our butt and our legs feel super comfortable on the ground, keeping with a little rotation here. And then our rotation's coming from the belly button up. So we want to keep our sits bones as anchored as we can. And then once you feel like you've got a good position with your seat, take your twist and go a little bit further. Let your head move with you. And then we want to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. So you're going to go as fast or as slow as feels good. You can pick up the pace with the breath and find a more rapid rhythm here, but only if that feels good to you. Get a little heat going on in your center. Notice that nice bit of heat generated in the shoulders, through your torso. Take 1 or 2 more cycles of breath. And then when you feel ready, come back to center, float your hands down, just roll the shoulders down and back just to smooth out anything you may have come across there. Lifting your chin up towards the sky, hang out here, take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, and then as you exhale, tuck your chin down to your chest. Stay here, take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. Lift your chin back to neutral. Left hand touches down, right hand reaches up. Take a nice gentle side bend. And then right away, take it over to the other side. Right hand touches down and left hand reaches up. And then we're going to take that side to side at a pace that feels good to you. And again, we want to keep the sits bones pretty anchored on the ground. And we're just trying to find a little length through the side of the body. So if this overhead reach doesn't feel good to the shoulders, you're going to keep it a little lower and a little lighter and slide the fingers up towards the armpit. So we just open through the side body without compromising the shoulders. But if it feels okay to do so, arms reach up and overhead. Beautiful. Take 1 more time each side or even yourself out. And then as you come back up to center, right into a seated twist. Right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand behind you. Take a nice big inhale. Nice slow exhale. And then staying with that twist, but loosening it up just a little bit. So heart shining towards the knee, move into a little cat-cow here. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to round your back. Pull the abdominal muscles in, tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. 1 more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Beautiful. And then neutral spine, unwind and take your twist over to the other side. Think about getting nice and tall here. Take 1 more breath. Keeping that rotation, but loosening it up just a little bit. So heart shining towards the knee, move into your cat-cow here. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to round your back. Pull the abdominal muscles in, find that little stretch in between the shoulder blades as you round back. Take 1 more breath. Nice, and then find that neutral spine, unwind. We're gonna lean back into the sits bones. We're gonna send the left leg out and the right foot in. So we're gonna find a little bit of a half tree pose position, but the leg is angled out and our hips are facing forward. And once you found your way there, walk yourself forward just a little bit, just to the point where maybe you feel sensation in the inner thigh, maybe the back of the leg. Take a moment to notice where in your body, if you feel sensation, there's no right or wrong there, but just notice. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. Beautiful. And then you're going to walk yourself up and in just a little bit. And then we're going to rotate the torso angled towards the leg that's extended out. And then just lean yourself forward just a little bit. So you're softening over the leg, soften your knee, soften your foot. Take a nice big breath. Nice. And then bring it all back up and in. And then we're going to switch. So lean back into your sits bones, switch legs. Other leg comes in, sending the other leg out. And then once you feel like you've got a good position there, walk yourself forward just a little bit, just to the point where you feel a little sensation in the extended leg. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, walk it back up and in. And then we're rotating just the torso, reaching over that leg, softening your nose towards your knee, soften your knee, make sure everything feels good. Nice. And then when you're ready, bring it all back up and in. Now we're going to bring both soles of the feet together into a little butterfly position, but a wide diamond. So think about bringing your heels forward just a little bit. And then we're going to catch hold of the ankles or catch hold of the feet. Knees are going to soften to wherever they naturally go. And then we're just going to think about an up and over sensation. So think about pulling the belly up and over and then just lean your heart forward. And it doesn't have to be extreme, almost as if you've got a ball in between your legs and around your chest. So you want to find a little bit of a rounding sensation here. Let your back body round, let your forehead soften down. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice slow breath out. Awesome. And then slowly pull the abdominal muscles in, lift your ribs back. And then we're going to lean back, step the feet out to about hip or shoulder distance apart, and then find a couple of windshield wipers here, just to bring a little movement into the hip joints and massage out the glutes. Nice. One more little swish of those knees side to side, and then walk your heels in a little bit closer. So what we want to find here is a little hand hold. We want to be able to either catch hold of the knees or wrap the hands around the knees, and then make a little space for your belly and your chest. So if you need to walk your knees a little bit wider, do that. And then when you feel like you're there, soften everything over. Soften the back of your body, soften the back of your neck. Close your eyes down here, and just for a moment, see if you can tune back into the breath in the back of your body, maybe noticing the breath in the back ribs or in the low back. And then just take a moment here to find that nice deep breath again. And staying with this shape here, so no need to adjust or move if you can help it. We're just going to work into the toes. So as you inhale here, you're going to just lift your toes up away from the floor. And then as you exhale, your toes are just going to float back down. Balls of the feet are staying on the ground. Inhale, toes are going to lift. Exhale, toes soften down. Inhale, toes lift. Exhale, toes soften down. Two more just like that. Inhale, toes lift. Exhale, toes soften down. Nice. Last breath. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to walk ourselves up. So hands are going to find the knees sitting up in a more tall position. Inhale, toes and the balls of the feet are going to lift. Feel the stretch in the back of the heels and the calf. And then lower your toes and your balls of the feet down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. One more just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower down. Now feet are going to stay on the ground, but we're going to walk the feet out just a little bit so we create a little space through the backs of the legs, and then grab the backs of the thighs. Tailbones are going to curl under. We're going to round back, and then inhale, come up. Nice and strong, lifting up through the back of the body. Beautiful. Exhale and round. Inhale to come up. Exhale to round. Inhale to come up, and then find that little bit of a leaning back sensation. So we're leaning back into the sits bones, and then just pick the right leg up and see how that feels. Now you're going to push your back of your thigh into your arm. So arm is strong and steady, finding a little resistance, and then lower that foot down and take it to the other side. Left leg is going to lift up, push the back of your thigh into your hand, feel that little resistance, and then release it down. Nice. And now pick up the right leg, push into the back of the thigh, and then pick up the left leg, bring it up to me. So both thighs are pushing into your arms. Arms are strong and steady. Point your toes or flex your toes, totally up to you, but a little energy out into the feet. Lift up through the crown of the head, open your chest just a little bit more. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. And then float your feet down, release, and then swing it around into a tabletop position. Coming onto all fours, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a second to find your way there, and then start with a little bop of the hips side to side. Just kind of tune in and notice. Notice how your butt feels, the sides of your hips and your knees. Nice. Take one more little bop of the hips side to side. And then as you come back to center, right leg is going to slide back, toes curled under. Take a couple of rocks forward and back. Bring a little length through the back of the leg. Beautiful. And then the next time you push through that heel, stay there for an extra breath. Nice. And then bring it in, and we're going to switch sides. So left leg is going to slide back, toes curled under, rock yourself forward and back. Beautiful. And then the next time you push back into that heel, stay there for an extra cycle of breath. Nice. And then when you're ready, slide that leg in right into puppy pose or heart melting pose. So hips stay in line with the knees, hands walk to the top edge of the mat, chest and forehead melt down. Make a nice wide configuration with the arms to give plenty of space for the shoulder blades to soften. And then take 3 nice big breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, nice and easy, walk it back up and in into your tabletop position. And then we're going to slide the right leg back. Toes are going to be curled under. And think about setting up for a plank. So we want to push into the floor, broaden the shoulders, and then float that left foot back, finding your plank position. Awesome. And now we're going to lower knees, chest, chin. So you're going to bring your knees down. Your butt's going to kind of stay up in the air. Lower your chest, lower your chin, and then glide forward into a low cobra. Beautiful. And then push your way back up into a tabletop position. Walk your knees in, get yourself set up. Nice. And then slide your left foot back, toes curled under. And then we're going to find a little broadness in the shoulders, pushing the floor away, and then float your right foot back to meet into your plank position. Beautiful. And then lower knees, chest, chin. So knees come down, butt stays up, chest and chin lower, and then scoop yourself forward into a little low cobra. Lovely. And then push your way up into a tabletop position. Once you found your way there, 3 cat-cow breaths. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale to round your back. Inhale to drop your belly. Exhale to round. One more cycle of breath. Nice. And then find that neutral spine. Right leg is going to slide back, toes curled under, and then we're going to float it into a supported side plank. So we're going to swing the left foot out. Left hand walks in just a little bit. Right hand reaches up. The bottom ribs are lifting away from the floor. Top ribs are reaching up towards the ceiling. Look up to the sky. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. And then swing it all back in, finding your tabletop position. Reset yourself. And then when you're ready, to the other side. Left leg slides back, right foot swings out, left hand extends up, bottom ribs lift up, top ribs reach up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big breath here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, swing it all back in, finding that tabletop position. Back to that right leg. We're going to slide it back to the back edge of the mat. Broaden your shoulders, belly firm. Lift and float that left knee back into your plank position. Lower knees, chest, chin. So the knees come down, butt stays up, chest and chin lower down. Scoop forward into a low cobra. Push your way back up to a tabletop position. Reset here and then take it to the other side. Slide the left leg back, toes curled under, broaden your shoulders. Float the right leg back. Beautiful. And then lower knees, chest, chin. So knees come down, butt stays up, chest and chin lower down. Scoop forward into your cobra. And then push your way back up into your tabletop position. Nice. And then from here, when you're ready, curl the toes under, exhale up to downward facing dog and take a few pedals of the legs. Bend one knee and press into the opposite heel. Nice. And then when you're ready, nice and easy, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a ragdoll fold at the top of your mat. Feet about shoulder or hip width distance apart. Make some space for yourself here. Make space for the belly, space for the chest. Hands can hang heavy or grab your elbows, whichever feels like a better way to go. And then soften the back of your neck. Come back to your breath here. Finding that nice breath awareness, can you tune into the low back and the mid back and notice your breath there? Taking 1 or 2 more moments here. If it feels good, gently nod your head up and down. And then if that head movement feels good, turn your head a little side to side. Nice. And then let your head come to stillness. Float your fingers down to the ground. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Strong from your navel center. Roll on up. Take your time as you find your way up. And then give a second just to get yourself situated at the top of your mat, finding your mountain pose. So feet about hip or shoulder width distance apart, toes and knees pointing fairly forward. Arms soft down at your side, but a little action down into the fingertips so the hands are alive. Shoulders glide down the back, belly nice and firm, gaze forward, and then just pause here for a moment in this nice strong stance. Notice your breath. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice slow exhale. Awesome. And then we're going to twirl our wrists. So as you inhale, you're just going to roll your wrists, reaching up and overhead. And then twirl the wrists as you exhale, float them back down at your side. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, switch directions and roll them down. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, reverse directions, bring it on down. Beautiful. Right hand's going to slap against the thigh. Left hand reaches up. Take a little side bend over to the right. Bring it right back up. Left hand slaps down. Right hand reaches up. Lean over to the left. Beautiful. Bring it back up to center. Reach up and grab that imaginary beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink into a little chair. Inhale and rise up. Exhale, sink into a little chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down, maybe going just a little further. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink down just as far as you like, but think about drawing the tailbone down, firming up your solar plexus. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. One more time here. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, rise up. Awesome. As you exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest, look to the sky, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then we're going to release that, swim the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers here, draw the knuckles down, shoulder blades squeeze together, lift the arms slightly away from the back of the body so we get a little opening through the chest and the collarbones. And then if it feels good, lift your chin up towards the sky and take another nice big breath. Nice. And then we're going to keep the hands behind the back, but loosen up your grip just a little bit and unlacing the fingers, see if you can float the hands up into a prayer position behind the back. If the prayer position doesn't work, you might feel good just to clasp your forearms or your elbows. But if you can bring those hands into prayer behind your back, find some space for your shoulders, give a second to let everything find its way, and then tune back into the front side of your body. So think about pulling your ribs in towards each other or drawing the hip bones in towards each other. So we get that little bit of sense of drawing together through the front of the body. And then once you've got your way there, take a moment. Notice your feet connected to the floor. Notice the warmth between your hands or notice the warmth in your grab of your elbows or your forearms. Take one more breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, release your hands back down at your sides, back into your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles and roll up to a standing position. Roll your shoulders around, down and back. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball. Exhale, sink into a chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Release your hands down at your sides, back to your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles and roll on up to standing. Reach up and overhead, grab that imaginary beach ball. Exhale, sink into your chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Release your hands down at your sides, back to your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to standing. Shoulders roll down and back. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball. Exhale to chair. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Beautiful. And then swim your hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers here. Draw the knuckles down. Create a little space. Bend your knees a lot. Hinge from your waist. Fold over. Let your arms just fall away from the back of your body just as far as they naturally go. Take a nice big breath. Nice, and then hands are gonna find the low back, bend your knees, lift from the top of your head, rise back up, find your way back into your mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, hands are gonna meet, chest is gonna lift as you look up. Exhale and fold down, knees bent or straight, that'll be totally up to you. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to down dog. We're going to move ourselves forward into a planking position. So shift your weight so that the shoulders come over the wrists, and then lower knees, chest, chin. So bring the knees down, butt stays up, lower the chest and chin, and then slide forward into your cobra. And then curl the toes under, bring it back up to your down dog. Beautiful. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep all that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Stay up here. We're going to take 3 heel lifts. So as you inhale, lift your heels up away from the floor. Exhale, lower your heels back down. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower down. Nice. One more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Step both feet back to down dog. Beautiful. Bring it forward into your plank position, bringing the shoulders over the wrists, and then lower knees, chest, chin. Knees come down, butt stays up. Lower the chest and chin, scoop forward up into your cobra. Lovely. And then exhale, take it up to down dog or through tabletop to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep all that length, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides and back into the heels. But this time we're going to take it into our little heel pop. So we're going to find a little bounce. So you're just going to pop your heels and then invite a little bit of vibration or energy into the body. So let everything bounce a little bit. Let your shoulders bounce. Let your adipose tissue, your skin bounce. Let your muscles bounce a little bit. And then once you've got that bouncing down and you have a nice rhythm and it feels good, soft knees, soft joints, tune in and just notice that bounce in your breath. Beautiful. Take one more moment here. And then let everything come to stillness, eyes closed or open, but just take a nice big breath. Notice the energy in your body. Awesome. On your next inhale, arms rise up, hands meet, chest lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold everything down. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, step both feet back to down dog. Beautiful. Pick up your heels, lower your knees through tabletop. We're going to step the right foot forward into a low lunge position. So step that foot forward, find your grounding here. And then once you feel like you've got it, inhale and lift your arms up. Awesome. Exhale, float your hands down, 1/2 splits here. So pull the hips back, rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, step that front foot back to down dog. Nice, and then come forward into your plank, lower knees, chest, chin. Knees come down, butt stays up, chest lowers, scoop forward into your cobra. Exhale, up, down dog, or through tabletop to down dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, hands meet, chest lift as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, soften down, step both feet back to down dog. Pick up the heels, lower the knees through tabletop, left foot steps forward. We find that low lunge position. Once you feel like you're arranged well, inhale, raise your arms up. Lift your chest, gaze up towards the sky. Beautiful. Float the hands down, rocking back, 1/2 split. So just pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. Nice, and then rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, take it back up to your downward facing dog. Moving forward into plank, shift your weight, shoulders come over the wrists, and then lower knees, chest, chin. Knees come down, butt stays up, chest lowers. Inhale, scoop forward up into your cobra. Exhale, up through table or to down dog. Beautiful. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your side. Now we're gonna step the feet out nice and wide to a nice wide edge of the mat. And so toes and knees are gonna be slightly externally rotated. So we just wanna find a little toes pointing out to the left and to the right. And once you found your way there, inhale, arms are gonna come up. We're gonna get a little funky grip. So we're just gonna wrap the hands around. Keep your hips and legs nice and stable. Rotate your ribs in one direction. And then rotate your ribs the other way. Nice, and then release that funky grip from your hands. Arms reach up and grab that beach ball above your head. Sink into a little squat here, and then hands are gonna find the insides of the thighs. Think a slight up and over sensation as you lean the heart forward a little bit. Left shoulder towards the right knee. As you exhale, give a little twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale and twist the other way. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Nice. One more time each side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Nice. Now from that center position, float your fingers down to the ground and just take a couple of little rocks of the knees side to side. So your butt can stay up in the air, but just kind of tune in and notice here. How do the backs of your legs feel? How do your knees feel? And how do your hips feel? Take one more little rock side to side. And then as you come back to center, you're gonna toe heel or walk your feet back into about a hip width distance apart. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll up to a standing position, roll your shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold it all down. Inhale to a half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back, low lunge. Bring the knee down, toes tucked or released, totally up to you. Once you're there, inhale, arms reach up. One more breath. Beautiful. Float your hands down, rocking back to a half split. So pull the hips back, peel the front toes up. And now we're going to walk the hands in just a little bit closer so we can create a little space through the front of the body. Lift through the chest. Awesome. And then keep that length and soften your nose toward your knee. Nice. And then when you're ready, rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up into that high lunge. Right hand's going to stay down. Left hand's going to reach for a little twist. Beautiful. And then float that left hand down, framing the front foot, stepping back to downward facing dog. Then shifting forward into your plank position, lower knees, chest, chin, knees down, butt up, lower the chest and chin, scoop forward up into your cobra. Exhale up through table or to downward facing dog. Right leg is going to come up into three-legged dog. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then if it feels good, step that right foot up to the top of your mat or just as far as it goes. Help it along the rest of the way. And then step your left foot up to meet into your forward fold. Awesome. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale, soften down, press firm into your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, lifts as you look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, low lunge, toes tucked or released, totally up to you. Find your leg position first, and then once you feel like you're there, inhale, arms up and look up. Nice. And then when you're ready, float those hands down, pulling back to half splits. Rock the hips back, peel the front toes up. Cool. And then when you're ready, walk your hands in a little closer, lift through the front of the body, create that little bit of space, and then soften your nose towards your knee. Beautiful. When you're ready, rock yourself forward, curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up into that runner's lunge. And then if it feels good to do so, left hand stays down, right hand reaches for a twist. Beautiful. Plant that palm, stepping that front foot back to downward facing dog. Then moving forward into your plank, shoulders come over the wrists, lower knees, chest, chin. Scoop forward into your cobra. Exhale up to down dog or through table to down dog. Wonderful. And then when you're ready, left leg is going to come up nice and high, three-legged dog. Bend that knee, let the hip roll open. Cool. And then when you're ready, step that foot through to the top of the mat or just as far as it goes, and then help it along the rest of the way. And then once you're there, step the other foot up to meet into your forward fold. Bend your knees a lot here, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up to standing, roll your shoulders down and back. Inhale, reach up, grab that imaginary beach ball. Exhale, sink into a chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Release your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers here. Make some space for the shoulders, bend your knees, fold over, let the arms fall away from the back of your body just as far as they naturally go. Beautiful. Hands find the low back, bend your knees, lift from the top of your head, let your heart follow, reaching your arms up and overhead, get that little funky grip, wrapping the hands around, hips stay facing forward, rotate your ribs in one direction. Rotate your ribs the other way. Beautiful. And then come to the center, release your funky grip, let your hands come down, step your feet out nice and wide, toes and knees pointing out. And then we're going to start to find our way down to the ground. So you're going to bend your knees a little bit, float your hands down to the ground, and then start to find a little rock side to side, like little side lunges, just bending into the knees, moving into the hips. And then if it feels good and available, you're going to start to sink down a little bit further and take your butt with you, but we're going to stay with that big generous movement here. And then see if you can start to reach one knee down to the ground and then the other. So you're moving into the ankle joint, the hip joint, and the knee joint. Nice. Take one more little rock side to side. I should say big rock side to side. And then as you come back to center, sink and settle in. Let your butt touch down towards the ground if it feels better to do so, and lean back. Let your knees come up towards your shoulders. Or if that bigger malasana squat feels good, elbows to the inner thighs, prayer hands together, and a nice tall lifted spine. So here you pick the variation that works best for your heels and your ankles. Wonderful. Take one more breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, set your butt down onto the ground, soles of the feet together into your little cobbler's pose. Give a second to kind of wiggle into your sits bones, catch hold of your toes, take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to fold yourself forward just as far as you like. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, you're going to come up nice and slow. We're going to keep the left foot in and swing the right leg out. Once you found your way there, into a revolves head to knee pose. So elbow's going to come to the inner thigh. You're going to wedge against that inner thigh. Top hand's going to reach up. Take a nice big side bend, reaching towards the toe, but it does not matter if you ever touch your toe. What we're really shooting for is a stretch through the side body and down into the low back side body. Nice. And then when you're ready, lift it up nice and slow. Keep your hips facing forward, rotate your torso, bend over and soften towards that extended knee. Nice. And then lift yourself back up, rotate your torso, lean back into your sits bones, and switch sides. Right leg comes in, left leg extends out. Awesome. And then once you find your way there, left elbow to the inner thigh, right hand reaches up, take that nice big side bend. Beautiful. When you're ready, lift up nice and slow, keeping the hips facing forward, rotate your torso, and then soften over that left knee. Nice. And then when you're ready, slowly lift yourself back up, rotating the torso, and then coming back to that bigger diamond shape with our legs. So that butterfly position, soles of the feet together, but the heels are more forward. Now we're going to lift the knees a little bit and see if you can slip your hands up and underneath your calves, and then reach forward and catch hold of your feet. And then once you feel like you've got that little bit of a handhold, just soften everything forward. Soften the low back, soften your forehead. Take a couple of nice big breaths here. Great. And then when you're ready, you're just going to lift your knees slightly so you can slip those hands out from underneath, grabbing hold of the backs of the thighs. And now think about leaning back into the sits bones, pushing your thighs into your hands, floating your feet up, finding that nice strong position here. Arms are active and engaged, thighs are pushing out, back is nice and strong, lifting up through the top of the head, feet flexed or pointed, totally up to you, but just a little energy down into the toes. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then float your feet down to the ground. Release that strong hold from the back of the thighs. Curl the tailbone under. Roll your way down to the ground, nice and slow and controlled. Once you found your way down, just give a second. Get yourself situated. Make sure everything feels good and comfortable. And then we're going to come into some bridges here. So heels are going to come close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart, hands down alongside your hips. Inhale, and you're just going to lift your butt up away from the floor. Exhale and lower back down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift up and hold. Stay here. And then notice, first we're going to start by kind of snuggling the shoulder blades in and under so we get that lift through the heart, a tiny lift through the chin. And then see if you can keep the shoulder blades snuggled in, but soften your sternum slightly down, and then start to feel a little bit more work through the back of the legs and the glutes. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then rolling down from here. Think upper back, middle back, low back. Once you touch down, pull both knees into your chest, give yourself a light little squeeze. And then release into like a little bit of a reverse tabletop. So we're going to take our hands to the outsides of the knees. Knees are going to push out as the hands push in. So we're going to find a little bit of resistance. Arms are strong, legs are pushing out. Just get that little bit of fire in your legs, maybe a little shake in the muscles. Hold that muscle maneuver for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then soften. Pull the knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then feet touch back down to the ground. And we're going to take our bridges, but we're going to reverse the breath here. So take a moment, settle in, take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, lift up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale to lift up and hold. Take an inhale at the top. As you exhale, at the end of your exhale, you're going to suck the belly in. Hold that sucked in belly if you can. Lower your spine back down to the ground. And then once your hips touch down, inflate the belly. Exhale and lift up. Hold at the top. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let all that air go. At the end of your exhale, suck the belly in, making that hollow belly, just drawing it up and in as much as you can. Maintain that sucked in belly, lower your spine back down to the ground. Once your hips touch down, inhale, let the belly inflate. Exhale and lift up. Hold at the top. Inhale a nice big breath. Exhale, let all that go. And then at the end of your exhale, suck the belly in. Hold that sucked in belly. Pause here for just a moment. Hopefully you're finding a little tug at the pelvic floor, a little work in the low belly. If you can hold that sucked in belly, lower yourself back down to the ground. And then once your hips touch down, inhale and let the belly inflate. Nice. And then pull both knees back up into your chest. Give yourself a light little squeeze. Draw your knees in circles, go in one direction. And then draw your knees in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then we're going to take it into a half happy baby. So left foot's going to touch down, knee is going to stay bent. We're going to float the right foot up and maybe see if you can catch hold of the blade edge of your foot. Knee is going to swing out nice and wide. So it's going to be to the outside of the ribs, drawing the knee down towards the ground, big opening in the hip, heel up towards the sky. And then just give pause for a moment here. Let your shoulders get nice and heavy. Take a couple nice big breaths. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to start to find our way into a supine twist. So you're going to start to draw the right knee back in, catching hold of the knee as it bends in towards the chest. Extend your left leg nice and long, and then switch your hand hold. Left hand is going to reach over, grab that right knee, drawing it across the body. Right arm opens out nice and wide. Turn your head to the right if that feels good. And take a few moments here to come back to your breath. Nice, big, generous inhale. Softening on your exhale. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, pull the right knee back into your chest, bring the left knee into meet, grabbing hold of both knees, a light little squeeze, and then draw your knees in circles, go in one direction. And draw your knees in circles, go the other way. Awesome. And then into our half happy baby on the other side. So right foot's going to step down, left foot's going to float up. We're going to grab the blade edge of the foot or the big toes, knee to the outside of the ribs, and then find that sinking down sensation. Knee is drawing towards the ground, heel up towards the sky, right arm in any position that feels comfortable. And then see if you can just soften here a little bit. Soften your shoulders. Take one more breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, we're going to release our grab from that foot, catching hold of the knee, extending the right leg nice and long, and then into our supine twist. So we're going to switch our hand hold, taking the left knee across the body, left arm opens wide, head turns to the left if that feels good, and then take a few minutes to soften into the breath here. Inhale, we find length, and exhale, we find softness. Take one more breath. When you're ready, unwind. Pull the left knee into the chest, bring the right knee into meet. We're going to float the feet up like we're taking happy baby. So the heels are going to extend up towards the sky, but we're going to take the arms to the insides of the legs. So elbows or backs of the forearms are going to press against the insides of the knees or the inner thighs. And then we're going to find a little action here. Arms pushing out, knees pushing in. So we're going to reset the SI, finding those muscles that help support. And then we're just pushing the knees in as we push the arms out. Maybe you feel a little shake in the muscles. Take 2 more cycles of breath here, just keeping that nice big action. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, soften everything up. Give a little hug, a little squeeze, float your feet back down to the ground, maybe stepping your feet about hip width distance apart or shoulder width distance apart, and rocking the knees a little bit side to side. Nice. And then as you start to find a little softness here, just tune in and notice. Where would be your best Shavasana? Would it feel good to take it into constructive rest, letting the knees drop in towards each other? Would it feel good to take a more traditional shape, walking the feet nice and long? Would it feel good to flip over onto the belly, maybe taking your Shavasana in reverse? So take a moment to find the position of your body that you think would feel really restful to you, and then give your body a moment to settle into it. Start to bring your awareness back into your body. Become aware of the floor beneath you. Maybe gently turn your head side to side. And then the next time your head comes back to center, let's keep it there and then move our awareness down to the toes. So we're just going to give a little curl of the toes and a little flex of the toes, just kind of wiggling into the toes, gently moving through the bottom of the feet. And then keeping that movement in the toes, but now bring a little bit of movement up into the hands. So as you curl the toes in, maybe you curl the fingers in as well. Nice. Take one more curl of the fingers in the hands, finger toes in the hands. And then when you feel ready, stretch your arms up and overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Reach through the fingers, reach through your toes. Take a nice big giant breath back into your body. Awesome. And then in your own way, at your own pace, start to find your way up to a comfortable seated position. You can rock and roll up. You can roll to one side. Anything that feels good and gets you there. Cool. And then once you found your way up, just give it a second to kind of wiggle into your sits bones, bring your shoulders down and back. Let your hands just rest comfortably for a moment, facing down on your knees or on your thighs, eyes closed, and just take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then flip the palms, palms facing upward towards the ceiling. Take a moment to notice the air on your skin. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice slow breath out. And then on your next in-breath, as you inhale, gather your hands together at heart center into Anjali Mudra, bowing your head to your heart. And breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And gently lift up through the top of your head. Gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy, happy Tuesday.